Welcome here to an all-new Saxons Spotlight on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora in our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with the Alfred University Saxons. We're making history here on campus with the first ever Media Day interviews, and we are speaking with all fall sports, having a fantastic time getting into the seasons. I have Alina Zabihailo here with me of women's tennis. Did I do it right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Alina, how are you?
Doing all right. Thank you so much. What about you?
Absolutely. I'm doing well. So let everybody know where you're from.
So I'm from Ukraine, from Kiev, from the capital. So I have to travel a lot to be here.
Yes.
But it's worth it.
How did you find out about Alfred?
I genuinely have no idea how it happened. I applied to a lot of colleges and Alfred just kind of ended up on the lists one day. And then I don't know, I wanted to play tennis and coach contacted me. So I had a very nice time like speaking to the coach. I sent my videos. Then, I don't know, this sort of communication with the university was very nice. So I chose to go there.
And coming from Ukraine, I mean, obviously these last few months, year or so, it's been tough.
Yes.
Is most of your family back in Ukraine?
Everybody's in.
Everyone
yes.
is.
Yes.
So are they okay?
Yes, it's very like complicated to say okay because you get used to this. Like
Yeah.
I was the whole summer I was in Ukraine. Like I traveled to Ukraine like 3 or 4 times during semesters as well. So I'm home pretty frequently still. And it's you get used to it. It's still war. It's pretty much it's not getting better. It's getting only worse.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the more we're into that, the more like it gets usual, unfortunately. So I don't think okay is going to be a word to use here.
Yeah.
It's just they are as safe as possible because the capital is pretty safe. I would probably say so.
Has more been happening than what the media like shows, so to speak? Like, has it been going on for longer?
I mean, so right now it's been a year and a half, but it's still the first thing happened in 2014. So it's been happening for 8 years now, or so. Because it started from Eastern Ukraine and then like the full scale invasion happened in 2022. So it was much longer. Like we have a huge history with Russia, like history connected, like we're a lot of people from Ukraine live in Russia and vice versa. We're just like connected, but we never were like the same country. It was only Soviet Union. And a lot of people confuse in America, like I genuinely got questions about like, oh, weren't you a part of Russia? We never been a part of Russia.
Yeah.
So like it was very confusing to me to get here, but I'm not sure about the news because I don't really read or watch American news. I only like watch and read Ukrainian news and I talk to my parents. So it's like firsthand experience. So I'm not sure how much like of what's been happening is covered in the news.
So, I mean, for you, with what's happening, do you feel like the world's doing enough to help Ukraine? Do you feel like they're, I mean, I ask because your family's from there, you're from there,
Yes.
and I'm not Ukrainian. I have friends that are and from Ukraine, and one of my close friends, John Granquist, his wife, Alina, she's from Ukraine, family's from there. And I just feel like we heard about it and then it disappeared, and there's places that will put up flags, but
Yes.
it's like this is a modern war. And it feels kind of like Hitler taking parts and adding them to Germany, but I feel like it just went out of the news, and I would love to hear from your point of view just how you feel, because I don't feel like enough's being done, and I don't think there's a focus. I feel like what's happening right now shouldn't have happened 80 years ago, but it definitely shouldn't be happening now.
It's definitely a modern war because like the war we have in our heads, like world wars, like they were like mostly soldiers, and how you imagine it is like actually on the field. Now modern war is like a lot of it on the internet, fake news, like everything's just been covered differently in different countries. Like even in Ukraine, probably some of the news they're not covering like everything. Like I'm not sure genuinely because it's a lot of fakes. When it comes to the world, it's definitely been a little bit like out of news for now, it seems like to me, because when I first started to Alfred, everybody was like, we were like these tropical animals. Everybody was asking, like, how are you doing? Like, there was just like so much attention, maybe like too much attention, because everybody was like, oh, like you're from Ukraine, like what is happening? Now I got a little like calmer. Like I know close friends, they're interested, like they keep asking like, how are you doing, like is everything fine? But outside of that, I wouldn't say there's like a lot of tension to it when it comes to people like in here, which I totally understand. I wouldn't say, because there's so many wars, like it hasn't been like 100 years in humanity we didn't have wars. So
Yeah.
like Ukraine is definitely not the first, not the last one, like especially now with like a lot of countries are involved in wars still. But like even I don't know everything about like every war. I know a lot about Ukraine because I am from Ukraine. It's very, very, like it's my life, right? So I don't blame anyone, and I don't think, I don't know, talking about it and even like covering it and being aware of that, I think that's the minimum, like that would be great to be done.
Yeah.
Right. That's like, I think this is kind of my goal. We have 5 Ukrainians on campus, so that's what we've been trying to do. We have Ukrainian events and like we are trying to share the news. So I feel like me, like on social media, I got a little more active because I think that I share views from Ukrainian resources. So like that's what's been happening, especially in my city. So like I'm very aware of that. And I think we're trying to help, and maybe it's working to kind of again cover it more for Americans, for Alfred universities specifically, because people follow that, people at least like see that sometimes, you know.
Well, and you said that, you know, having different people here on campus from Ukraine, that you can come together and you can have a unified message and really spread the truth and not fake news. So, I mean, does that give you some feeling of making a difference, that those of you that are from Ukraine here on campus can band together and really try to educate people and spread the word?
It's gonna be more Ukrainians on campus, so it's gonna be like around 20 of us.
Yeah.
This year is like 18 or so.
You're excited?
And I am excited.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it like send a message or something, because again, this is what is like very important to me. So like it's not like we're not doing it just to send a message. This is just our lives. So we really, really want to be heard. And
Yeah.
so people at least again be aware of what is happening, because it's never ended, it's never got better, right? But we're doing what we can do because it's close to our hearts. And so even being here, like you're always connected with Ukraine, and like there's nothing I can do about it, right? But this is the least we can do. At least it's kind of first.
What would you like to do? If you could do more, what is something you'd like to do for Ukraine?
I was thinking about it because Rochester has a huge population of Ukrainians. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely don't remember the exact number, but it's like a lot of Ukrainians in there, as well as Canada is huge when it comes to Ukrainians, because a lot of people moved there, especially like Soviet Union times. A lot of people moved to Canada. And I would love to probably connect to universities around the area, like Holden. I know one of the professors, he's the conductor for Philharmonic Orchestra from Ukraine. We saw him, we met him, we introduced each other. So it's very nice. And I would probably love to connect more with universities, with maybe City of Rochester. They have Ukrainian like union kind of organization, and maybe kind of again spread the word even more and have more Ukrainians and more people who are involved and really want to know. So that's probably the plan for maybe not this semester, but this year in general. We'll see how that goes, but that would be great.
Why are you so prideful and love your country so much?
I mean, again, I was born there. I love Ukraine because that's like destiny kind of decided that I'm going to be born there. Like my family's great. Everybody's so great. But everything I got is from people there, from the country itself. Like I love my school. I loved, like, life is great. I really believe that I'm like very, very lucky to be like from Ukraine. And I don't know, I love my country. I love everything connected with that. And I really want to be able to go back to Ukraine and like visit. I'm not sure where I see myself in the future. A lot of people ask that because like I study in the US. I really like the education here, education system. That's what like is exciting for me in America. That's why I'm here. But I'm not sure where I see myself again. Like I just want to have an opportunity to come back to Ukraine and make it better. You know?
And I love that. I love the fact that you constantly value, and even though you're here far away from it, that it seems like you're living right next to it and you're trying to do what you can to help where you can. Do you and your family talk like every day? Yeah.
Yes, every day, very frequently. I'm very grateful for video calls.
Yeah.
That's been great. So yeah.
How are they doing?
They're doing okay.
They're doing okay.
Yes.
Do they miss you like crazy, I'm sure?
Yes. I just left because for summer, like I got attached to home again, and it was very hard to leave.
Yeah.
Because I was gone for like a week. maybe like during semester, and then I was coming back here, so it was like not that big of a deal, if it makes sense. But now it's just like I miss the city because Kyiv is the capital, and it's great. It's like you can do anything in that city,
Yeah.
so I love it so much.
And Kyiv, you said, like, how would you describe it to someone who's never been there?
So I live in a very like family friendly area of Kyiv, which I love, absolutely love. So for me, this is like the description of Kyiv. Like again, you can do anything in there because it's like family friendly. Like it's easy to live there because you have like entertainment centers, you have parks, you can go like walk with your dog anywhere, you can go to the hospital, like you can just call and you can make an appointment with the doctor like in 2 hours. Like that's very easy, that's very familiar to me, right? Because I've never get to do any of these things like in America because I study here, I live in dorm, like, and that's it, like on campus. When it comes to Kyiv, I just love it because I can walk anywhere I want. I don't know, center of the city is very, very historical because we have a huge history. Our music is amazing. Like it goes like centuries, like deep down into the history. So you can see it all in the city. You can see modern parts, you can see older parts, you can go explore anywhere you want. And I love being a tourist in my own city because it just, I don't know, it's great. You can just go to museums, you can explore, and it's fun.
I love that. Being a tourist in your own city. That's a cool way to put it.
Oh, absolutely.
So before we get to rapid fire, why tennis?
Oh, I love tennis. It started from my dad. I've been playing my whole life at this point, and he started playing it. So he was just like, "Oh, do you want to play? Do you want to try?" I was like very small, like I was a kid, so I'm just like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So something went wrong, and here we are. I still do that, and I love it.
So let's get into rapid fire. You can ask anything. I can ask anything. We're gonna start with you. You could ask me.
Sure. I don't know. Where did you go to college? Like, what was your major?
I went to Marywood University, and
Mhm.
it's in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's about 2 hours from my hometown of Syracuse, New York. And I studied really every part of communication. So I acted, I did technical work, screenwriting, broadcasting, editing. Just I wanted to learn as much as I could, and now I run my own company. So
Nice.
it's nice to have learned all of that stuff. And it was a school where, like, if you wanted to do things and be hands-on, you could.
Mhm.
So right for second week I was at school, I had a radio show, and I had to learn the board and had to learn how to do everything. And then they just leave you in there,
Mhm.
and you're like, okay, what if something happens? So you had to like know how to run everything and hit all the right buttons. And yeah, it's just kind of muscle memory now, which is fun.
Nice. I was about to ask how is it connected with your job, but now I see it.
Yeah. All right, Alina, let's see here. Favorite food?
Off top of my head, we have this Ukrainian food, Ukrainian food, which is so basically is like cheesecake, sort of pancake. I don't
Okay.
know how to better explain it, but it's made out of cottage cheese.
Okay.
It's amazing. You kind of like fry it, like it's like cottage cheese dough, and you fry it.
Okay.
I don't know. It is
Yeah.
like a dessert, but like it's great.
Yeah. You said pancake and then you said cheese. Yeah. So it's
Yes.
good.
I
Yeah.
don't know, it's the best way to put it, honestly.
No, it sounds good.
So it's called sirniki, which is Ukrainian cuisine, and I love it.
Yeah. I think I've had some Ukrainian desserts, and I liked all of them, but I want to have something that's like, I want to actually go somewhere, go to a festival or go to have somebody. Do you make anything?
I personally don't.
Okay.
But we are planning an event on campus to have food on there because we wanted to do that last year, but we couldn't because some of the ingredients were hard to find in here. And this year we're trying to make it better, so we want to have like little events about Ukraine and have food to try. So if you want to join, you're
Yes.
absolutely welcome to do so.
Definitely want to try some of the food here. Yeah, and anything I can do to help. Absolutely. No, sure. What's your next question for me?
Gosh. Oh, do you play any sport? Like, what
I
is your favorite sport?
Yeah, I played basketball since I was 7, and I still will go play when I just want to like shut my brain off.
Mhm.
So yeah, I love it. I love the court. I can't go into a court and not want to like just grab the basketball. It's just second nature to me. And I've been known to, by the grace of God, whatever talent he put in me, but I can make half court shots. And So if I take 5, I trust that I'll make one of them. And I've been in 3 different gyms with a witness in each gym where I made my first half court shot that I took in each of the gyms.
Nice.
And I was like, and I got one of them on film, but the other ones, I was like, why are we not filming this? So I need to start filming them. Let me see here. All right. Favorite hobby?
That is
Okay.
nah, outside of that, I sing. Like I'm a music major, I'm double majoring, but I sing. So I took my music major just because of that. I don't see it as my profession necessarily. So
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be like as a hobby, but I really want to get better. And like music as a general, like I love doing that. I would love to play an instrument and be better at like producing music because I also write my own songs. So that's probably the biggest hobby.
So growing up, I've written like 40 songs. And I've been singing my whole life. My mom, I got it from my mom.
Uh-huh.
So I've been singing since I was 3.
Yeah.
And actually trying to train my voice more now, but because I have a studio for this, I can use the studio for music. And so I've been putting some stuff together too. So yeah, so we got Ukrainian stuff and we have to collaborate on a song.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what we gotta do.
That'd be great.
That'd be fun. So, all right, what's your last question for me?
Um, I guess now it's like, what is your favorite song? Or is your favorite like genre or something like this? Because
boy.
song is hard.
Yeah, it is. I would say I like R&B.
Mhm.
I like hip hop.
Mhm.
And I like country, but I also like classic rock. I kind of like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Journey because I feel like they just last forever, Boys to Men. And I don't know. I mean, it's more of like the way somebody sings. If it's unique and I can feel it, then there's a song out right now and I forget the person who sings it, but it's about his grandmother passing.
Mhm.
And my grandmother, closest person to me, she lived to be almost 101. And when she passed,
Mhm.
I kind of feel that like in the song. So it's an emotional one that just came out
Mhm.
that kind of hits me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's like the best part about music when it's so emotional. You feel like you actually can feel it inside. So that's what I love about it.
Music gives you chills,
Oh,
you know.
absolutely.
It does something. Music, I think music can honestly save the world. I do.
That's right.
My last one for you. Okay. If you could interview anybody in the world, who would you interview?
Oh my God. I don't even know. That's like very, very broad. First direction in my head was like some sort of celebrity,
Okay.
but at the same time, I don't even know, honestly.
Okay.
It's like so complicated. Yeah, maybe some musician,
Okay.
something like that.
All right.
Like Bruno Mars or something.
All right. All right.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be fun. You do
Yeah.
something like that. So with that being said, for this Saxon Spotlight, I want to thank you for watching and listening to Alina Zabihailo here from Ukraine
Yes.
and also Alfred University and the women's tennis team. Thank you, Alina.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
You too.